Hello my darlings and welcome. In this video, I'll show you a fun and floral DIY craft project you can do to celebrate Midsummer, May Day, and Beltane. How to make floral resin jewelry. Let's do some magical crafting. I'm using UV resin for this project because it hardens quickly under an ultraviolet light source. You can also use two-part resin products that are mixed together and cured overnight if you prefer. I'm using small dried florals from a set that I purchased. I'll leave links to all of the materials used in this project in the description below. You can also use florals that you find in nature as long as they're small enough to fit inside your mold. I'm using this set of 4 translucent silicone molds to create pendants for necklaces. It's helpful to use translucent molds if you're using UV curing resin, so that the light can reach all sides of the pendant. I begin with one layer of resin that fills the mold up about 1/4 or 1/3 of the way. I make sure that the resin flows all around the post that creates the pendant's hole, and that it flows all the way to the sides of each mold. I add a few extra drops as needed to make sure the corners are filled as well. I'm using the tips of my tweezers to pop any bubbles that I see in the resin before adding flowers. When you add your florals, place the main focal flowers that you want on the front of the pendant first. Then add leaves or other items to fill up the space. You're building the pendant up from the bottom, so the items you place in first will be displayed in the front. I will be adding flowers and leaves to all 4 of my pendant molds. You can also add rhinestones, glitter, or other decorative items into the resin if you like. Get creative and add anything that reminds you of summer and the season. Once you have all of your pendants the way you want them, it's time to cure the resin under an ultraviolet light source until it hardens. You can use a gel nail light box if you have one, or an ultraviolet flashlight. Or sunlight will also work, though it can take a bit of time to cure in regular sunlight as it's not as concentrated. I'm using the UV light that came with the resin kit. It connects to power via a USB cable. Simply place it over the molds for a few minutes and the resin will harden. The resin heats up while hardening, so be careful handling them during this time. You can also place the bottoms of the molds directly onto the light source to make sure the resin on the front of the pendant gets cured well. The next step is to add another layer of clear resin on top of the flowers to seal them inside and protect them. I'm filling my molds up another 1/3 so that 2/3 of the mold is full in total. And then use your ultraviolet light source to cure this new layer of resin. Once it has had a few minutes to cure, you can check the edges by peeling back the sides of the mold on one piece to make sure it's completely hard. Make sure that it does not feel sticky or liquidy. The most fun part of the project is demolding the pendants and getting to see what the front looks like. I love the 3-dimensional look that these pendants have. Because the resin piece is thick, I'm using quite large jump rings to create a necklace. I add a necklace chain before closing the ring. This is a fun and festive way to create jewelry specifically for a holiday, season, or celebration, and making resin jewelry is a great project to do in a solitary setting with intention or with friends. You can charm and charge your jewelry for specific intent as well if you want to wear it with a magical purpose in mind. I really enjoyed this craft, and if you'd like to see me make more resin jewelry for other sabbats such as Litha, Mabon, or Samhain, please let me know in the comments.